Boom, boom, boom. Hey, what's up, everybody? We are back live, day number 2. Guess what we're going to be covering today? Today, as the title is there, so you probably already know, so you don't have to guess it. Anyhow, today we're going to talk a little bit about the recap. We're going to do a little bit of the recap of what we did in our implementation workshop earlier this morning for about 2 hours. Yes, about that. We were actually, I was just looking at the recording because it just got uploaded. Hour 29. We got 1 hour and 29 minutes. We had a workshop this morning. Usually we schedule our implementation workshops inside of the academy. We do this once a month and the second Saturday of the month. And what we do is we block 2 hours on a Saturday, the second Saturday of the month, so that we can deliver some marketing content, to help our teams grow. But one of the things I want to share with you right now is that we were talking about the 7-11-4 rule. Okay. And let me show you what, let me see. Let me show you what I got here. This is my setup. Oh, let me turn my camera around so you guys can see this. So this is the, we use a Go Stream. It actually projects it. This is the monitor that controls it. Right now, you're looking at the Vibe board, which is right there. Okay, that is what's in that screen. So that is the program screen. That's actually what's being seen. And we run it through this screen right here, which uses a software called ManyCam, has many different cameras. And then we have camera 1. There's this camera right here. So I get to see, hey, with camera 1. And then this other camera here is camera 3. And then when we do the camera 2, which is the middle one right there, it puts the Vibe board on the screen, so you don't get to see me, but you get to see what is being written on the screen. And if I want to appear, I have this little top right corner. So the top right corner puts my image of the camera right there in the top right corner. The top left corner, I'll be darned, look at that, top left corner of the screen, and the bottom ones that do exactly the same thing. So wherever I want to be. If I don't want to cover the text, in this case, I would put myself in the bottom, so I will not cover the text that is on the Vibe board, and then I can just take it all off. And then, of course, I have an iMac. This is one of the things that we're talking about today, right here. When in doubt, Google it. And that's the actual video they're recording with all the notations already been done, all the summary of the entire class and some links and some tools that we shared. So everything is already loaded in the members area from today. For the people that were not able to attend, they can actually catch up with that information. Now, let's talk to you about a little bit about this, and maybe this can help you. I know that in the immigration field that we are working in, we, especially now, so troubled times that are happening, and there's a lot of uncertainty, and people are asking questions because we happen to be in the immigration world. A lot of people are coming and say, listen, what do you know about this? What do you know about that? So this is the opportunity that we're taking, to create our list. Listen, we don't know right now, but, we are in touch with, we speak with a lot of people. We, actually, we get the information firsthand from USCIS and from other legal sources. So we can actually, if you join our list, we can actually help you if we're in the particular field. But the one thing, and I think that this is going to help all of you that are watching here today, is the 7-11-4 rule. Now, years ago, I had a marketing agency and I had a lot of clients and accounts. And one of the seminars that we went from Google was that Google was telling us that there are 16 steps. Oh, I got to drink something. Throat went dry. So one of the things that Google told us was that there were 16 steps to the purchase of a new vehicle. In other words, people don't just get up in the morning and go to the dealership and say, I want to buy a car. They start researching it, looking at reviews. They start not only looking at the reviews, they start, looking at insurance and colors and so forth. So there's different steps that people take. Right now, the 7-11-4 rule is what Google has been sharing with us. And maybe I'll have to bring this a little bit closer so we get that reflection on there. So one of the things that they taught us is that, you need to have 7 hours worth of content out in social media right now. Let me turn this light off because right now this light is bothering. There you go. So we have, 7 hours worth of content on social media. Now, what does that mean? That means that doesn't mean that you need to have a 7-hour video, but your reels and the things that you are putting out in different platforms, because they said you're required to be in 4 different platforms so that people can get to you. Let me move it there. So you need to be in 4 different platforms. Now, those platforms can actually be Instagram, Okay, it can be Facebook, it can be TikTok, and it can be YouTube. So let's say we have a video. We put this video on Instagram. We can put it in YouTube. We can also put this video in TikTok and Facebook, and that starts to fulfill the 4 different platforms that people need to find us. Because what happens when they're looking at us, they're looking for a reason to trust us. They're looking for a reason to do business with us, especially in the immigration field. Because there's so many people out there that offer services. You know, we had a situation this week where one of our students, who is a non-attorney. We are non-attorneys. We do work under the supervision of an attorney. But one of our students this week got a call from a person that she has spoken to 2 months ago. And that person came back and she asked him, what happened in the last 2 months? And she said, we went over and I spoke with an attorney, and she says, but the attorney does a lot of immigration work. But a lot of different immigration work. I only hear that you speak about this one thing. So I want you to handle my case because you happen to know more about that case than the attorney because they do a little bit of everything. So imagine that, separating yourself in the market space because you happen to only be talking about one particular area of immigration. That means that you are perceived as being the person that's much knowledgeable about that particular area. And then the other thing that Google tells us is that you got to have 11 touch points. Now, what could those touch points be? Can they be a video? Okay. Can they be a video? Yes, absolutely. They can be a video. Can they be a reel? Yes, they can be a reel. Okay. Maybe that's how they get to see you the very first time. They just get to see you because you have a small reel out there. Could they be because you have a carousel? Why are you moving? Get over here. Okay. Can it be because you have a carousel? Absolutely. Can they be because you have an image post? Let's put this here, image post, okay? So as long as you have different ways that they can get access to your content, different ways that they can get to see you, you're going to be okay. And then, of course, the 7 hours. Then you say like, oh my God, Ruben, 7 hours? I got to do a 7-hour video? I mean, listen, not even movies are 7 hours, okay? But this is something that you could do. So, but what it is, let's say that you have a 14-minute video, okay? And now all of a sudden, after your 14-minute video, they see one of your reels. And then they come and they see, one of your carousels. And then they get to see one of your images. And then maybe this reel happens to be in TikTok. And maybe they get to see another reel in Instagram. Or maybe it was Facebook that shared the reel, or your story to Instagram. And then they get to see it there. How about if you create a video and you do it in TikTok? Okay, and then you take this video from TikTok, you download it, okay, and then you bring it and load it into YouTube without the TikTok logo, okay? And then you do the same thing with that video, you grab it and you send it to Instagram. Now, it's got to be a little shorter format because you can do longer format videos for your TikTok, but you can chop it up. There's different softwares out there with AI right now that you can chop up. It'll chop up the video for you. It'll do the subtitles. It'll do the cover image. It'll do all kinds of stuff for you. So you can actually take a video and do this multiplicity of things with it. Okay. But the big point here is this. And maybe I should just share that because it looks without. Maybe I should just be writing and sharing, sharing what you see it on there because that way you don't see the glare. I think you can still see it correctly. Okay. So anyhow, so you can have video, you can have reels, which is the same. It's the shorter part of a video. You can have a carousel image, several images, a single image, and all these different things that actually people are going to be able to get back and get to know you, get to see you and get to know you. So Google's rule, 7-11-4 rule is integral for your business, integral for our business and immigration. Now we have a webinar coming up, for those of you who are interested in knowing how you can either, create, grow or scale an immigration business. We have a webinar. If you guys let me know below in the comments, I'm going to go back later on and take a look at all the comments and the questions. And we have a webinar where we can show you how we utilize this kind of trainings and this kind of tools to grow an immigration business. And right now, I'm going to tell you something: the immigration business is going to flourish, because there are a lot of things that are up in the air. People want to know. So this is where we can take an opportunity to help our communities, to bring them into our fold, create a WhatsApp group of information, and then just keep adding people to that WhatsApp group. And sharing the link. Is kind of like, listen, I'm going to be going live into my group almost every day and sharing this information with you, or you can join my list. Here's a link, give me your name and email address, pardon me, and I can be sharing information with you. So those are the things that I wanted to share with you today, because I think it is important to know, and how, oh my goodness, how you can reach more clients, and using the ecosystem, and understanding that Google has given us the recipe to be able to reach more of the ideal clients that we want to work with. Okay, so, oh my goodness, look at this. Miss Rosemarie is here with us today. You know what? I'm going to bring you on camera. Let me see. Add you. See, Rosemarie to us, then she'll accept it, and she'll say, okay, Ruben, I'm coming. And then she'll be on camera with us.
Just send. Hi, Ruben.
Good morning. Oh, actually,
good to see you.
Sorry if I be just getting up from my nap, because old people, we take naps. Then it would be good morning again.
Good morning. It's such a beautiful day here in Philadelphia.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the leaves starting to turn color up there?
Yeah. Oh gosh, yes, they're beautiful.
That's one of the beautiful things about the Northeast and the Northwest. I don't know if you knew this or not. I was born in Montana.
Oh, you were?
Yes, ma'am. I was born in Missoula, Montana, Blackfoot country.
Oh.
And the one thing that we do get over there too is, we do get the changing of the colors, but I think they're much more colorful in the Northeast.
Yeah, it's beautiful here. It's, oh my God, the colors are so vibrant and just lovely,
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And in Montana, we have the trees in the mountains and stuff like that, but that's what's called big sky country, okay? Because you got all those big plains and stuff like that. So, but the trees that you have in the Northeast change those beautiful oranges and reds and stuff like that, and that is so gorgeous.
Yes, when I had moved to Florida, and I missed that. I missed the colors, the vibrancy, the different shades in the fall and the winter. We didn't have that in Florida, so.
No. Here, all we get to do in Florida is wear our socks with our flip flops in January.
And that comes in handy sometimes.
I know.
Yeah, but
awesome. Well, Rosemarie, tell me, what do you do and who do you work with?
I work with Mason James Immigration Services, and I work with individuals who are family-based. I do family-based petitions and work with individuals who are adjusting their status, marriage-based. That's the majority of what we do. I also do citizenship. If someone want to get their citizenship, I can help. I can work with them on getting that.
So citizenship, that'll be with somebody that already has a green card, right?
Absolutely. If they have a green card, and if they meet the eligibility requirements, then they can go ahead and get their citizenship, and we can help them with that process. We can work with them and make sure they have everything they need. Beautiful.
And where do they find you? What's it called again?
Mason James Immigration Services.
Mason James Immigration Services. Awesome. All right. Perfect. So if you got a green card and you're looking for a pathway to citizenship, Mason James Immigration Services is the place that you need to go to.
Yes. And Ruben, I enjoy the information that you share all the time. So as long as you're going live and you're getting on social media, I'm going to be joining you. So thank you, for all that you do.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, our goal is to help everybody else grow their businesses, and especially in the immigration business, because it says that when a tide rises, all ships go up with it. Okay, so if we can all deliver good content and make sure that people get to find out that we have a solution to their particular problem, if they're problem aware, okay, and we can bring them the solution and we can actually solve their problems. And this is one of the greatest nations in the world. Listen, people die to get here. Literally.
Yeah, literally.
So if this wasn't a great nation, they wouldn't be doing that, because I don't see people dying to go to Cuba.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I don't see people dying to go to Venezuela. I don't see people dying to go, to some, I won't say it, other different countries.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay? So people
Yeah,
risk their lives to come here. There's a reason for that.
yeah,
Okay. So if you get an opportunity to, to stay here legally, to get your, to get your citizenship, to get your green card, reach out. Throughout
yeah,
the week, I've been committed to doing this for the next 30 days. So for the
yeah.
next 30 days, different people in our world of immigration services are going to come into these videos, just like you, Rosemary, did. And, so stay tuned. One of the people that's going to show up in here may have the solution for a particular problem that you have right now.
Yes.
Okay. And
Well,
that way,
thank
we're going to
you.
be able to create a path,
Yeah,
for citizenship, create a path for a green card, to become a permanent resident, to be illegal, to get your work permit, to take that, that burden of your thought, oh my God, I could get deported, something bad's going to happen. Put that aside and move forward the right way in the right country, because there's no other country in the world that people are dying to go to
that,
except here.
that is so, so true. And Ruben, thanks to the information that you're sharing, you're helping me to help others, so I really appreciate it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love that. Yeah, it's just that's our goal. We
Yeah.
can't help everybody ourselves, so we created this academy with Ms. D. It's been 4 years in the making. We created this academy to empower people like Rosemary and others out there as well, so that through you we can do what we do best.
Absolutely.
So beautiful,
Thank you
beautiful.
so
Well, I'm
much.
going to give you the rest of your Saturday back. Okay, I appreciate you being here, with me, Rosemary, and we'll be doing more of these. I mean, matter of fact, I'm going to a concert tonight, so maybe I'll do a couple of lives while I'm over there.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm going to go see Fluffy live with my daughter this evening. So maybe I'll even try some of his jokes on you guys and see how they work. Okay, so I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Thank
Everybody,
you,
thank you
Ruben.
for being here.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.